Welcome to Moving Zebra, a body doubling channel. I am not an expert. I'm working on bringing intentional movement back into my life. Thank you for practicing with me. This is my pug Watson. He always likes to start yoga with me. Oftentimes when people practice yoga, they set an intention for their practice. Today, as I start an easy seat, my intention is to feel I am loved. I'm going to be moving my arms through a seated half angel, bringing them up and then bringing them down, stretching my chest forward and doing this several times. Taking my right arm down to the ground, I am stretching my neck towards the right and then pulling my left arm away to give a nice deep stretch on the left side of my neck. Rolling my neck around a little bit just to make sure that it stays nice and loose, and then I'm going to move into a seated back of the neck stretch by putting my hands at the back of my head and then looking down towards my chest, gently pulling and stretching and lengthening the back of my neck. To release more tension in my neck, I'm going to be doing some shoulder rolls, taking them backwards and forwards as it feels good to me in the moment. At Moving Zebra, I like to practice body positivity, but if that doesn't work for you, body neutrality is also a really good practice, and that is just accepting your body how it is, whether you like it or not. I'm moving my left arm down to the mat and leaning my head towards my left arm to give a stretch in my right side of my neck. Now, pulling my right arm out to the side to lengthen my neck. Moving the presence that Watson brought me out of the way, I'm going to get into a tabletop position. I like to do lots of wiggles when I'm practicing yoga just to give myself nice and loose. I'm going to put my right leg out to the side, lean back, and stretch my arms forward. Now I'm moving into a tabletop wrist stretch. Keep in mind, if you're watching me, I have hypermobility, so I can get the palms of my hands flat against my mat. You may not be able to. Do not push yourself. I am then going to kind of rock back just a little bit to give a little stretch in my forearms, but only go to your comfort level if you are joining me in this pose. Next, I am stretching the top of my wrist and do not put much weight onto my hand this way, just using slight pressure to give the top of my arm a gentle stretch. And then doing the same for my left hand. I love taking time to do a little bit of wiggles in my back, and then I'm going to drop into cat-cow pose. And going back and forth between cat and cow, stretching down and lifting up through my chest, and then rounding my spine and tucking my tailbone in. And with the intention of today, I am loved. My pug Watson is giving me lots of kisses during this pose. Now to keep things even, I'm going to stretch out my left leg out to the side and again push back and stretch my hands forward up over my head. Now I'm going to do a side plank with knee down and then take my right arm and do circles in one direction very slowly, and then I will change directions. Now I'm going to take a moment and do some really big tabletop hip circles, working my hips in one direction and then switching to another direction. Side plank knee down with arm circles using the other side of my body. So my right arm is down to the ground and my left arm is going to be making circles in one direction and then the next. Bound ankle pose is one of my absolute favorite. I'm pulling my feet up in towards each other and with a very straight back, pulling my chest forward. I'm going down into the stretch as low as I can, where it feels good. I feel some stretch along my inner thighs, and this is just one of my absolute favorite poses. Here I'm going to attempt a half saddle reclined. My foot should be tucked under a little bit more. I did not tuck it well enough. And if you're able, you can lay all the way back down in this pose. This is about as far as I can take it. Right here is where I realized that I didn't tuck my foot, so I just wanted to see how it'd feel, but then I just go ahead and move into the right side of the half saddle reclined pose. Next, I'm going to lay down my back and bring my knees up to give it a gentle hug. And then I'm going to do supine bent knees and just kind of stretch and twist my back. So bring my knees over to one side and stretch and look to the other direction. And then, of course, go ahead and stretch the other direction. I'm just kind of moving over on my mat so that I have enough space, and stretch and move the other direction. A couple little last wiggles on my spine here, and then if you choose to join me in a 2-minute Shavasana. As you wrap up your Shavasana, think about your intention if you set one today. I am loved in this practice. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me and body doubling with me today.